Hey, what's up, adventurers? Welcome back to another episode of the Global Adventures, where we explore the most amazing places and facts around the world. Today, we're going to reveal the top 10 richest countries in the world in 2024, based on the latest economic rankings. You might be surprised by some of the entries on this list, and you might also wonder how they got so rich in the first place. Well, don't worry, because we're going to explain everything in this video. But before we get started, make sure you stay tuned until the end, because we have a bonus country for you that has a full potential to get rich in 2024. You don't want to miss this one. But before we get to that, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. So, what makes a country rich? Is it the size of its population, the amount of natural resources, the quality of its education, or the level of its innovation? Well, the answer is not so simple, because there are many factors that contribute to a country's wealth and prosperity. One of the most common ways to measure a country's wealth is by looking at its GDP per capita, which is the total value of goods and services produced in a country divided by its population. This gives us an idea of how much income each person in that country has on average. However, this method has some limitations, because it does not account for the differences in the cost of living, the distribution of income, or the environmental and social impacts of economic activity. That's why some economists prefer to use other indicators, such as the GNI per capita, which is the total income earned by a country's residents, regardless of where they live or work, or the HDI, which is a composite index that measures a country's achievements in health, education, and standard of living. But for the sake of simplicity and entertainment, we're going to stick with the GDP per capita ranking, because it's the most widely used and recognized measure of economic performance. We're also going to use the data from the International Monetary Fund, which is one of the most authoritative and reliable sources of economic information. So, without further ado, let's get into the top 10 richest countries in the world in 2024. Number 10, Canada. Starting off our list at number 10 is Canada, the second largest country in the world by land area, and the home of the famous maple syrup, hockey, and Justin Bieber. Canada has a GDP per capita of $53,250, which is impressive considering its large and diverse population of over 38 million people. Canada's economy is driven by its abundant natural resources, such as oil, gas, minerals, and forests, as well as its highly developed service sector, which accounts for more than 70% of its GDP. Canada is also known for its high-quality education, healthcare, and social security systems, which make it one of the most livable and happiest countries in the world. However, Canada also faces some challenges, such as its dependence on trade with the United States, its environmental issues, and its regional disparities. Number 9, Brazil. Next up, we have Brazil, the largest country in South America, and the fifth largest in the world by both land area and population. Brazil has a GDP per capita of $10,410, which might not seem very high compared to some of the other countries on this list. But it's actually a remarkable achievement for a developing country with over 216 million people. Brazil's economy is based on its rich and diverse natural resources, such as agriculture, mining, energy, and biofuels, as well as its growing manufacturing and service sectors, which include tourism, finance, and technology. Brazil is also a cultural powerhouse, with its vibrant and colorful music, dance, art, and cuisine. However, Brazil also struggles with some serious problems, such as poverty, inequality, corruption, crime, and political instability. Number 8, Italy. Moving on to number 8, we have Italy, the birthplace of the Renaissance, the Roman Empire, and pizza. Italy has a GDP per capita of $37,150, which reflects its long and rich history of art, culture, and innovation. Italy's economy is based on its strong industrial sector, which produces high-quality and famous products, such as fashion, cars, machinery, and food. Italy is also a popular tourist destination, attracting millions of visitors every year who want to see its stunning landscapes, monuments, and museums. However, Italy also faces some difficulties, such as its high public debt, low productivity, aging population, and political uncertainty. Number 7, France. At number 7, we have France, the country of love, wine, and cheese. France has a GDP per capita of $46,320, which showcases its economic strength and influence. France's economy is diversified and competitive, with leading sectors such as aerospace, defense, pharmaceuticals, tourism, and luxury goods. France is also a global leader in culture, science, and education, with its renowned institutions, such as the Louvre, the Eiffel Tower, and the Sorbonne. However, France also has some challenges, such as its high unemployment, social unrest, terrorism, and Brexit. Number 6. United Kingdom. Moving up to number 6, we have the United Kingdom, the former colonial empire that ruled over a quarter of the world's population and land area. The UK has a GDP per capita of $48,910, which demonstrates its economic resilience and adaptability. The UK's economy is based on its strong service sector, which accounts for almost 80% of its GDP, and includes finance, media, education, and entertainment. The UK is also a global hub for innovation, research, and development, with its prestigious universities, such as Oxford, Cambridge, and Imperial College. However, the UK also faces some uncertainties, such as its exit from the European Union, its constitutional crisis, its public health crisis, and its trade relations. Number 5. India. At number 5, we have India, the second most populous country in the world, and the fastest-growing major economy in the world. India has a GDP per capita of $2,610, which might seem very low compared to the other countries on this list. But it's actually a remarkable achievement for a country with over 1.4 billion people. India's economy is based on its large and diverse workforce, which spans from agriculture to manufacturing to services to technology. India is also a cultural and spiritual powerhouse, with its ancient and diverse religions, languages, and traditions. However, India also faces some enormous challenges, such as poverty, illiteracy, malnutrition, pollution, corruption, and conflict. Number 4. Japan. Moving on to number 4, we have Japan, the land of the rising sun, and the third largest economy in the world by nominal GDP. Japan has a GDP per capita of $33,950, which reflects its economic success and sophistication. Japan's economy is based on its highly advanced and innovative industries, such as electronics, automobiles, robotics, and biotechnology. Japan is also a global leader in culture, art, and entertainment, with its popular and influential products, such as anime, manga, video games, and karaoke. However, Japan also faces some difficulties, such as its aging and shrinking population, its natural disasters, its nuclear crisis, and its territorial disputes. Number 3. Germany. At number 3, we have Germany, the largest and most powerful economy in Europe, and the fourth largest in the world by nominal GDP. Germany has a GDP per capita of $52,820, which showcases its economic efficiency and quality. Germany's economy is based on its strong industrial sector, which produces high-quality and reliable products, such as cars, machinery, chemicals, and pharmaceuticals. Germany is also a global leader in innovation, science, and engineering, with its renowned institutions, such as the Max Planck Society, the Fraunhofer Society, and the Technical University of Munich. However, Germany also faces some challenges, such as its immigration, integration, and climate change. Number 2. China. At number 2, we have China, the most populous country in the world and the second largest economy in the world by nominal GDP. China has a GDP per capita of $12,540, which is impressive considering its huge and diverse population of over 1.4 billion people. China's economy is based on its massive and rapid industrialization, urbanization, and globalization, which have transformed it from a poor and isolated country to a global superpower. China is also a cultural and historical giant, with its ancient and rich civilization, language, and philosophy. However, China also faces some problems, such as its environmental degradation, human rights violations, and international tensions. Number 1. United States of America. And finally, at number 1, we have the United States of America, the undisputed champion of the world economy and the richest country in the world in 2024. The USA has a GDP per capita of $80,410, which is astounding considering its large and diverse population of over 332 million people. The USA's economy is based on its unparalleled diversity, creativity, and innovation. which have produced some of the most influential and successful products, companies, and industries in the world, such as Hollywood, Silicon Valley, Wall Street, and NASA. The USA is also a cultural and political hegemon, with its dominant and pervasive values, ideals, and interests. However, the USA also faces some threats, such as its social inequality, racial injustice, political polarization, and foreign competition. Bonus. And last but not least, we have a bonus country for you that has a full potential to get rich in 2024. It's Vietnam, the Southeast Asian nation that has been rising steadily in the global economy. Vietnam has a GDP per capita of $4,260, which is low compared to the other countries on this list, but it's actually a remarkable achievement for a country that was devastated by war and poverty not long ago. Vietnam's economy is based on its young and dynamic population, its strategic location, its export-oriented manufacturing, and its growing tourism and digital sectors. Vietnam is also a cultural and natural treasure, with its diverse and rich heritage, cuisine, and landscapes. However, Vietnam also faces some challenges, such as its environmental pollution, its human rights issues, and its geopolitical risks. So, there you have it, adventurers. The top 10 richest countries in the world in 2024, plus a bonus country that has a bright future ahead. What do you think of this list? Do you agree or disagree with the rankings? Do you live in any of these countries, or would you like to visit them someday? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more awesome videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Global Adventures. Peace out.